Want to help me make this a happier and healthier world? Like this video and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to work with me, go find me at ryanspence.biz. Hey everybody, Ryan Spence here. And in today's video, I want to talk about what raising a puppy alone has taught me about myself. But first, before we get into it, I want to thank everybody for all the support with all the subs, likes, and comments. So please keep those coming. Don't forget, if you do not already subscribe to the channel, please subscribe. That helps me with the YouTube algorithm and helps us all grow. So I really appreciate it. Also, don't forget to comment below with what other topics you'd like to see for future videos. If you didn't see my prior video, well, guess what? I have a puppy, and his name is Leo. So if you want to know more about that, go ahead and check out that previous video if you want to get to know Leo a little bit more. Raising a puppy alone has been incredibly challenging, but also incredibly rewarding. And so with this video, I want to share the 3 top things that I've learned about myself with raising a puppy over the last couple weeks. Number 1, having a puppy has taught me so much with patience for myself and for others. Having a living being that does not understand you, nor knows how to communicate with you in the same way is a little bit challenging and will definitely test your patience. When having a puppy follow a command, it's good to, or what it's said to do is, say the command once and then just kind of be like a tree, stay there, wait, let them process it and respond. Of course, with a puppy, a lot of times they're not going to understand that right away. They need more repetition and such. So there's kind of a parallel between that and humans, whereas, if you expect something from somebody or you say something, if they don't understand, they're not necessarily going to do it right away, or they may not do it at all. This goes for a dog as well. I've had to take a step back and remember, just because I say something doesn't mean somebody necessarily understands me. And so sometimes there's some back and forth, some good communication back and forth that needs to happen in order for each person to understand where we're at and what needs to be done in a situation. So whether that's friends or with coworkers, whatever. And in the case of puppies, for sure, it's really important to do positive reinforcement as well. So even though I'll give them a command and he won't do it, I'm like, oh, well, you did it before, so you should just know how to do that, right? Well, that's not always the case. So it's important to just have those patience right there and remember, okay, he's learning. He's not going to know things right away just because I'm saying it, and just because I say it confidently doesn't necessarily mean that he's just going to get it right away. Number 2 is having a puppy has really helped me look inward to solve problems more than outwards to other people or other creatures to accomplish something or solve a problem. So what I mean by that is thinking about what could I have done differently in this situation to set both of us up for success, or to make sure whatever I want to be done gets done. This is as opposed to blaming others. So an example would be Leo would have an accident in the house, and I would get really frustrated at first and think, oh, we're doing so well. You're doing great on potty training. Like 7 times in a row, you went outside and go in the house. And then I had to remember, kind of take a step back, like, well, I'm the adult here. I'm the one kind of managing the situation. So what could I have done differently? Did I get off the 2-hour intervals where I'm supposed to take him outside, or did I give him too much water, or did I give him too much freedom to roam around the house instead of being in his playpen? So really looking inward at that as well. Did I do everything I should have done in that situation? Now, of course, there's a delicate balance with this, especially when it comes to people. Some people will tend to blame themselves for everything. There's a delicate balance to where it's good to just be curious and just kind of look back at, hey, did I communicate this in the right way? Or, in the case of having a puppy is, well, it's a puppy. It's basically a baby. So it's not going to always understand things. It's not going to learn things right away. So really kind of understanding, okay, well, could I have done something differently? Did I set him up for success to not go potty in the house and go potty outside? And finally, number 3 is recognizing my expectations. Expectations can be a very slippery slope for many of us. We have expectations likely because we want to control a future outcome, or maybe we're really excited for that. However, when our expectations are not met, we set these expectations are not met, we oftentimes get sad or mad or frustrated or whatever, because what we had in our head is, oh, this was going to happen, and then it doesn't happen. So an example like that for me is, well, I had a golden doodle way back in the day, and with that golden doodle, from what I can recall, is I was able to potty train him pretty quickly. If I recall, it seemed like less than a week. And so with that, I thought, well, with Leo, he's a mini golden doodle. I have a little bit of experience with puppy training and potty training before. This will go like a snap. I can't wait to show off that I got him potty trained perfectly after a couple days. Well, is that a fair expectation? Sure, I have some experience in that area, and that's definitely helping. But to expect that this different dog in this different situation, with different experiences and such, is going to be just as easy, just as quick as my old golden doodle. I mean, maybe that's an unfair expectation. So when maybe he has an accident in the house and I get frustrated and I think, well, did I have an expectation here that he was just going to be perfect? And so a lot of times I have found, I'm like, oh, well, I'm having a huge expectation of myself of like, okay, hey, I want him to be perfect in the house. And then I, project that onto him when I get really frustrated if he goes potty in the house. So it's really important to be aware of our expectations and just be curious about them and really understand, are they really helping us, or are they just trying to control future outcomes and really just leading us to be unhappy or mad or sad about what could happen if that expectation is not met. This has also been a really valuable lesson for me as somebody that has had tons and tons and tons of high expectations of myself. And I recognize that when I have high expectations of myself in a situation, I will also have high expectations of other people. And, I know I have a strong aura that people can feel that too. And then they feel that extra pressure on themselves as well. And so then that just makes all sorts of a bad situation where I have high expectations of somebody else and they feel it. And then they feel bad if they don't meet those expectations, or, they just don't want to partake because then they feel all that pressure. So, again, just tempering the expectations and recognizing, hey, are these expectations really serving me, really helping me in the situation? Or are they just, based out of fear or trying to be perfect in a situation? And is it really causing more harm than good? And it's really allowed me to have some grace for myself as well as for Leo as well, and just kind of relax in the situation and just know that in the long term, things are going to be good with the training. So there are many other things that having a puppy has taught me, but I wanted to keep it just to 3 items just to keep this video short. But I'd like to know in the comments below, for those of you that have puppies or have pets, what have you learned about yourself by having your pet? I'd love to hear it, and also let me know of any other topics you want to know more about. But with that, stay healthy, and I love you guys.